an interim budget that took most people by surprise because it ended sooner than most of us had expected, anticipated. And so there's been a little bit of a logistical reshuffle that's been going on here in our studios
Basically,
and among industry. We ran up to the set and we're very pleased that all our panelists have also arrived here on our sets on time, and good time to welcome Pavan Goenka, who's chairman of InSpace, an old CI hand. Of course, we all know him from his Mahindra and Mahindra days as well. Sanjeev Puri, chairman of ITC, chairman and managing director. Thank you very much for joining us. Punita Kumar Sinha, founding partner of Pacific Paradigms, again a familiar face on NDTV, and we continue to talk to Sunil Vachani of Dixon Technologies and Mukesh Bhutani of BMR Legal. So let's get a quick poll going here. Mr. Puri, if I could come to you first, and a snapshot reaction of what this budget interim with muted expectations has delivered as far as the seat you're sitting on.
Absolutely. The most important thing is that it reflects continuity of vision, strategy, with a lot of focus on execution. I think the new definition that we heard of GDP encapsulate the principles quite well. Governance, development, and performance. And plenty of positives in the budget. It ticks all the boxes.
Okay, when you say plenty of positives and ticking all the boxes, I'm going to force you to list at least the top three.
I would say number one is, the fiscal consolidation glide path. I would say we're a little ahead. That also reflects immense confidence in the economy because it's the growth that will provide the resources, the revenues. And it's a budget that has not pulled back on investments, right? Yeah. So that's number one. Number two is very happy to see the focus on enhanced public expenditure on CapEx, because that is building productive capacity for the nation as also helping to create employment right way. And the third area I would like to really call on is the focus on rural, but I'm going to take the liberty of adding a fourth. You see, a lot of reform also needs to translate to the last mile, that's at the state level. And that is where plenty of opportunity is there today. And I'm very happy to see the proposed incentive plan for promoting reforms at the state level.
One I'm going to add is on the consumption side, because, being an FMCG major, you have your finger on the pulse of the consumption trends in the country, and that's an area that's been lagging behind a little bit in the economy in the past year. So some triggers, some levers that you see in the tone of the budget speech, or we're going to have to wait till July?
I think all of the directions that are being set for higher growth trajectory, opportunities for employment, opportunities for rural to scale up, all these, of course, should, over a period of time, lead to enhanced consumption. So at the end of the day, it's the economic progress that will lead to consumption.
Right.
And I think all these levers over a period of time should add to consumption kitty, definitely.
Punita Kumar Sinha, when the minister started her speech, she said there is a need to focus on four major groups. That's what the budget aims to do. The poor, women, youth, and farmers. If this was the focus, was there enough in the budget to support and back all of these key critical components of our population?
Well, first of all, this being an interim budget, we can't expect a lot of detail on the spend on each of these segments. But I think the vision and the continuity that we're going to keep supporting women in particular, youth, farmers, and then the poor, is reassuring that vision hasn't changed. And these are the segments, in fact, that do need the attention of the government. The urban population is doing quite well, and we've seen the affluent India getting more affluent, especially the stock markets have added to people's wealth. And so it's the segments of the population that don't have access to the capital markets. That's where the emphasis has been, whether it's for loans, whether it's for subsidies, whether it's for incentives. And that is what the government actually should be doing.
Mr. Goenka, one of the really interesting areas was this 1 lakh crore fund. It's for startups across the board. And the terms are very easy. I mean, the repayment schedule is very, very easy. That is at the core of the government's Atmanirbharta push, right? Do you
yes,
welcome
of course.
that?
I think we have been talking for quite some time on how do we promote R&D and investment in new things. And government cannot just give away things. And this is almost like free. If you're giving money with 50 year of interest-free return, it's almost like giving away free. And I would certainly hope that this is going to, first of all, we'll have to see how it gets implemented, because this is just an overall intent right now. But it'll probably get divided into different sectors and different departments of the government and state and central. But I think this is going to really help in private sector to come into R&D in some ways. And in my opinion, that's one of the things that's lacking in India today, where private sector is not investing enough. So that will be a very good thing to do. And overall, I would say that this is certainly a budget of confidence. The government is showing that it's very happy with what it has done, what it has led to, and how we need to continue with the same things rather than bringing lots of new ideas and new initiatives.